first of all, nice to see you again.
And you.
I've seen you guys more than my friends, which is awesome. So I just saw you recently at Sundance. That had to have been an amazing experience because everyone I spoke to there, like, really dug the movie. So, looking back on it now, what was it like?
Well, I think that people were surprised because if you look at that poster, it's an unlikely combination of people, right? You've got, these terrific kind of British actors. Then you've got the biggest movie star in the world. Then you've got that guy who did that thing with Ricky Gervais, and then you've got Paige, this WWE superstar. And it's like, what an unlikely combination of people. And I think people sort of, I don't know what their expectations were, but I hope and I think that we certainly met them, and I think perhaps we defied them because the reaction just seemed really, really overwhelming. In fact, I was too nervous to actually watch the movie in Sundance, so I snuck out and left Paige and Dwayne and the cast watching it, and they reported back that it seemed to go well.
It definitely blew up. Also, yeah, we do look like a messed up Brady Bunch just on that poster alone. But I wasn't surprised about the reviews. I was just like, the surprising thing is just how many people just loved it. Like, it was scary because, it's my story and there's like a wrestling side of things to it and stuff like that. I could see that he'd be nervous because he written directed it. So I'm like sitting there, I'm like, I hope people like my story. I hope they're not like gonna walk out and be like, this isn't that cool.
Right, of course.
The
it's your
story
life.
isn't that interesting. But like, people just loved it, like every single part of it. And the ratings are just so great. Like, I Google it every day, like, wow, like this is blowing up, what? All because of this guy.
100%.
I'll take all the credit.
Yeah.
So I watched it again last night, and
You've got a bootleg copy already?
Yes, I do.
You filmed it on your phone in Sundance.
I did, yes. But I watched it again last night, and the thing that I took away, I liked it even more the second time. And the thing that I took away from it was that you did such a great job peppering these really funny jokes throughout the entire film. So while you might know the story and it has a lot of heart, it's so funny. The theater I saw it with was just laughing. So talk a little bit about being able to pepper in those jokes and maybe when you know what I mean? Because it's really, really funny.
Well, I never saw it as just a straight down the line comedy because I thought there was so much emotion to Paige's journey, her relationship with her brother, having to leave home at such a young age, travel 4,000 miles away, carrying, I think, the expectations of the family and her own dreams with her. And I thought there was so much drama in that I come from comedy. Comedy's sort of my default thing, but I didn't want this to be a joke about the family. I didn't want to mock the world that she comes from or the thing that she does for a living, because the family treat it very seriously. It's important and passionate for them, and I wanted to respect that. But at the same time, I comedy is important to me, and I think sometimes you can go to more emotional places and more dramatic places if you keep people laughing and entertained. Because that's my experience of life, right? You're having a great day, and then you get some horrible test results back, and you got to laugh about it. Sorry, that went dark for a second there. I have not had any horrible test results, just in case you're wondering if this is the final interview. Well, I might.
But I just want to say, even though he read it all, and that wasn't even like words that came out of my parents' mouth, like that's something that they would say too. He just captured them so perfectly, and their delivery for it too was perfect. Like when you meet my parents, like my mum will be here this weekend, and my brother, and you'll just see that the accuracy between, and he just captured them wonderfully. It was gold.
I have a few what's called fun questions. We'll see if you find them fun.
Yeah, we'll be the judge.
Exactly. I'm curious, what TV show would you love to guest star on, and what TV show would you love to guest write and direct?
The Office.
Oh wow, goodness. What would you like to be on?
The Office. But that is not
Well, you took your stage name from, or your ring name from
Charmed.
From Charmed, right?
Yeah, I did. But I literally religiously watched The Office in this. Like a fangirl right now.
I would like to write, and I feel like to me it's shows that aren't on anymore. Like I'd love to have done an episode of The Sopranos. I'd like to have done one of those meaty kind of gangstery things, or The Wire. Like really get into the nitty gritty. Because if there's one guy who knows what it's like to be in the mob,
that's true.
It's a nerdy English guy. Oh yeah.
I'm just imagining you in a mob now.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna put a bullet in your head. Watch out.
Do you have a favorite sci-fi or fantasy film?
Favorite sci-fi or fantasy film? Whew, blimey. Well, certainly when I was younger, I was a big Star Wars nut. When I was in my teens, that was the kind of go-to for me. And I'd still enjoy it, but I'm not quite as evangelical as people are now. Like I see people criticizing, the new ones, and I just think, well, you just enjoy it. It's just fun. It's just terrific fun.
Yeah, the internet's a great place.
Fantastic place. I love the internet.
Right? Do you have a favorite sci-fi or fantasy film?
I'm just trying to think of like sci-fi and fantasy films.
Do you like The Lord of the Rings?
I do actually.
2001.
Oh, don't even get. I'm not like that. And I did like Lord of the Rings, but I don't know the dates and the times that come with it. I'm not like a dictionary like that, but I do like Lord of the Rings.
How about what film scared you as a kid?
Ooh.
Oh, well, there's several that scared me. One of which was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I shouldn't have been watching. And I was watching it with a bunch of friends, and we were about 10, and we got some kind of bootleg copy, a bit like you with this film. And and I had a trick, which would be that, so they didn't realize I was scared, I would slide my glasses down so that everything went blurry, so I couldn't see the horror of it, but they thought I was still watching it, so I was like, yeah. But I couldn't see anything.
Mine was, first of all, The Entity. That was a scary movie. That was terrifying. My mum let me watch it, thank you. And then also, this one is it's not even a scary movie, but I got scared about the Nutty Professor because there was a time when they're on the beach and they were like kissing or whatever, and then she sinks into the sand and I was terrified. And I remember like running down the stairs being like, Mom, I don't want tadpoles in my tummy. Because I'm gonna get squished into the sand. So there you go.
Have you ever had the answer, I was scared by the Nutty Professor?
No, that's absolutely a first.
Yeah.
But I've also heard some crazy stuff where movies that you would never think that would be scary. But I already got to go. A million other things for the next time I talk to you. Sincerely, congrats on the movie.
Thank you.
I really hope it's a huge hit for you guys.
Well, I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much.